Focus up, people. This is Scott Wilson with Dumbass Contractors checking in. Welcome to today's briefing. This morning's topic is random acts of construction. All right, this is a big one, comes up all the time. Doing something, even if it's wrong, does not get you closer to the finish line. It just creates other problems that are going to slow you down as you proceed through the construction process. You want to think through every problem and come up with the best possible solution to the problem. Now, we work in a lot of older houses, and there's a lot of workarounds that have to be done because a lot of people sell a one-size-fits-all system. We had a air conditioning system that had a pumping situation that needed to eject the water from the air conditioning system out through a long 40-year-old rubberized tube. And the sun had degraded the tube on the outside of the house. And 40 years of time had made it very brittle inside of the house. And I was draining this system into a floor drain because it just wasn't safe to run it outside of the house. Well, air conditioning salesman came along and saw what was going on and convinced the homeowner that he needed a new air conditioning system. Now, we run into this a lot. They chuck these condenser units in attic spaces and in crawl spaces, places where you can't really get to them to work on them and service them. And we do a lot of repair work for the evaporator pans will overflow in the summer. It's very humid here on Long Island. Your air conditioner acts as a whole house dehumidifier. And these systems will get a lot of scale from the water. As the water evaporates, it leaves minerals behind. So you either have the scale plugging up the drain line, or the system creates too much water and the evaporation pan overflows, or a combination of both. So this salesman came in and scared the homeowner and convinced him to put in a new ejector pump through an old defective line. Now, this immediately caused more excessive water stains on the ceiling, and it was a very large repair job. You really need to. You have to be careful of a one-size-fits-all salesman. A lot of these guys get commissions for selling you stuff that you don't need, selling you stuff that's not thought out. You really, a lot of people think that buying a new house is the way to go. No, it takes 2 years to shake down a house and make sure all the systems are operating properly. All your drainage, all your roofing, all your flashing, your furnaces, your air conditioning, your appliances, everything has to be set up by a master tradesman. And it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of focus, and it takes a lot of skill to get everything to work in conjunction with each other. That's why I tell people, you can have a 200-year-old house. If I've lived in it for 2 to 5 years, that's the house you want to buy, because I've fixed everything. All those plumbing leaks, all those cobbed together exhaust lines, all the places where the cold air can get in. You really want to learn about houses every day. You want to know how a house functions. And I know I've got 40 years experience working in hundreds of houses with hundreds of tradesmen, seeing different solutions to different problems. I know I have a gift and I can make some intuitive leaps. But, it's a system and everything has to work together. And rather than just going and doing something, even if it's wrong, doesn't get you closer to the finish line. It can actually, you're spending a lot of money, and it can push you further back and create more problems down the road for a problem that didn't didn't exist. All right, random acts of construction. Don't just go do something even if it's wrong. Don't hang a $500 door in the wrong size opening, in the wrong opening. Just slow down. Ask somebody. Make sure you understand what the instructions were. If you need clarification, one of the most easily controlled costs on any job site is rework. If you hang a door in the wrong spot or going in the wrong direction, I've got to come in and fix it. It doesn't speed things up. Slow down mentally, check your work, turn your phone off, get off Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or, what's the new one with the TikTok? Get off all those social media platforms, focus on your work, and don't make mistakes. There are no random acts of construction. Everything has consequences. If you can get through the day without making a mistake, you've earned your money. If you work your ass off all day long and make 10 huge errors and cost me $5,000 in materials and rework, I'm not going to be happy. You're not getting, you might be active, you might be moving around, but you're not really solving any problems for me. And you want to solve more problems, infinitely more problems than you create. You want to try to create absolutely no problems. All right? Turn off the phone. Turn off the podcast. If you can't do your work perfectly, then you need to turn all those distractions off. If you can do your work perfectly, yeah, put in your earbuds, listen to an audiobook, talk to the guys that you're working with, have fun. But if you can't, you need to focus on your work. All right. We're burning daylight. Let's get at it. This is Scott Wilson with Dumbass Contractors, urging you to stay loose, stay relaxed. Most importantly, subscribe to this channel. All right, Wilson out.